Hi, welcome to the Eli and Edith Broad Art Museum on the campus of Michigan State University. I'm Michelle Word and I'm the Director of Education here at the museum. Right now, I'm standing in front of the exhibition John Lucas and Claudia Rankine, Situations. The world is not always comfortable, and art is not always comfortable. Art mirrors culture and society, and it offers us different ways to consider the world and to rethink the familiar. Artists make work that reflect all aspects of this world around them. Think about it, just like other art forms such as music, literature, theater, comedy, they all reflect the range of human experience. When John Lucas was asked what drives him as a filmmaker, he shared that it was the desire to make sense of the world and his place within it. Some artists, like John Lucas and Claudia Rankine, turn a critical lens onto the difficult topics that might be uncomfortable or often go unspoken. In this way, art fosters dialogue, and this is a dialogue worth having. Let's go in. As we come into the gallery, we see a statement written by John and Claudia. This is a great opportunity for us to hear from them directly about their work. As we continue moving through the space, we see a series of videos. These videos are called situations. And the situations are collaboratively produced by the two artists, and they're also multi-genre. And multi-genre means that they bring together different ways of communicating. So they bring together still images, moving images, they bring together poetry and literature, and other personal and collected experiences of people of color. These situations really foreground the private and public experiences of Black Americans. The situations were created in dialogue with Rankine's 2014 Citizen and American Lyric, which is a collection of personal and shared stories of the daily lives of people of color. In many ways, the situation videos, they're documentations. They share the lived experiences of people of color. The still images, the videos, are culled from a variety of sources, from archival to televised to social media, as well as surveillance sources, such as police dash cam footage. The audio that you can hear features Claudia Rankine's voice. Although you'll hear her as the narrator, not all of what you hear is her own words. The artists also use appropriated text from other literary and philosophical sources, as well as things that you might hear on news or shared online, social media, or accounts from friends, family, and others. So, if artists invite conversation, what exactly are the conversations that John Lucas and Claudia Rankine are inviting with their work? I'm going to share a quote with you from Claudia to help answer that question. What does it mean to live now, she asks, for all of us? What forms our encounters? What does Black living look like, feel like? What does American living look like, feel like? What does it mean for people of color to interact with white Americans? The artists, John Lucas and Claudia Rankine, they're asking us to engage in dialogue around important issues of racism and the racist aggressions that are built into institutional structures and our everyday lives here in the United States. The artists, they're encouraging us to take personal responsibility for learning about these systems that support racism, and one of the ways they're suggesting we do that is to listen to the lives of people of color. This work invites us to do that. It shares with us how important it is for us as citizens to acknowledge and to actively combat the racist ideas and policies in institutions as well as our own everyday lives, however difficult and uncomfortable that conversation may be. We can all build skills for talking about race and bias with our families and friends. Start by listening to the experiences of fellow citizens. Visit our website for a suggested reading list compiled by John Lucas, Claudia Rankine, and MSU Broad staff members. As citizens, we all have an obligation to acknowledge and actively combat the racist ideas and policies that are built into institutions in everyday life. We invite you to engage with this art, to engage with texts, in hope that you will be empowered to speak out with awareness and empathy. So I'm going to share with you one more quote from the artist Claudia Rankine. Claudia says, "And, in fact, it is your problem because you can see it, because we all live it. We experience it differently, but it's all of ours. The killing of Michael Brown is experienced differently in the body of a black man, and in the body of a black woman, and in the body of an Italian man, and in the body of a French woman. But we are all experiencing it. We are all, on some level, have to negotiate it." Here at the MSU Broad, we believe that encountering original works of art and visual culture create a platform to learn from one another and to share our lived experiences and become informed listeners along the way. As a museum, we have an obligation to our communities to encourage dialogue through art. The resulting conversations that take place as we listen to different values and different perspectives, like those perspectives of John and Claudia that are being shared with us today, we are able to foster a community, a culture of connectivity and inclusion.